Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm the Metal Junkie, and today I'm doing Joe Satriani's album Crystal Planet. Well, at least the first two songs. This album won the first album lottery, where we spun the wheel of albums that you guys all requested, and this one won. Real Science was the winner, the subscriber behind that, so thank you for joining in on that lottery. So here we are today. We're going to do the first two songs on the album, Up in the Sky and House Full of Bullets. I'm not super familiar with Joe Satriani, but I know who he is. I know a couple tracks, one or two off of Surfing with the Alien, but I don't know much besides that. So, oh, and a few things, a few songs when he played with G3. I think it was called John Petrucci and Steve Vai. I remember checking that out back in the day, but that's been many years. So, like I said, we're going to check out these two tracks today, starting with Up in the Sky. And this album is from 1998, his 7th album. And we're going to get right into it. Up in the Sky. I like how this part's kind of sporadic. Is that how the song started? It was something weird like that too at the start. Of course, these songs are all going to be instrumental, I'm pretty sure, because this is just like a solo lead guitarist type band. But yeah, this really cool guitar licks, of course, so far. He has this really good production on this album so far, well, on this song anyway, where the guitars just really pierce through the sound, and you can hear them very clearly on the melodic lead sections, which is great. So yeah, cool hooks so far. Alright, I'm going to bring it back just a little bit here, but this whole section here too is great. He did that earlier in the track too, and only on my second time hearing it, I'm already like, oh yeah, I love that you're bringing this back. It's just really nice to listen to. It's really catchy. Great little hooks, you know, on the melody of the guitar. You love it. And it's like fast blues a little bit, you know. And I just have to say, this section here would make for a great chorus. Man, it's a really great song. I just when it comes to instrumental groups like this, I'm just like, man, it'd be so much. It would. The only thing I could put this over the top is that some vocals on here, you know. But I still really enjoyed this one. At least 3 or 4 sections that were just really catchy and really grabbed you. Just yeah, really captivating riffs and hooks in there. That or that other section I was talking about, how it was like a fast bluesy part, or the more melodic lead section I said could make for a great chorus. You know, just a lot of really interesting sections to revisit. So that's what's going to keep me coming back to this track. And this type of music is perfect to have on in the background while you're doing stuff, right? Just really easy background listening to music, I should say. But yeah, we're going to jump into House of Bullets next and see what that one's about. Another kind of very blues inspired riff, but it's reminded me a lot of the band CKY for some reason, even though this is before their time or around when they started. Gotta say, and then you throw in these jazz leads over top. Amazing. Yeah, I just felt like there was no appropriate time to pause it there. Satriani was really doing his thing. He was showcasing his talent there. They just let him go off for this pretty much this entire track, just soloing. And he was doing all sorts of different techniques from tapping to shredding, everything, whole 9 yards, and he's killing it. And I love the like playful, groovy bass in the background. It's keeping the song alive, kind of. Not saying that just soloing them would kill it, but it keeps it like I said, playful kind of, this great groove to it. But yeah, he's definitely showing that he's the boss when it comes to guitar in this track. So yeah, much different song structurally than Up in the Sky, even though they're both instrumentals. This one feels more like the jam session where he gets to showcase his skills much more. So I thought that was real interesting. So there you have it. That's House Full of Bullets. Really cool track. And like I said, much different from the first one we heard, which I can appreciate, especially these being instrumental. I like that they can stand out from each other. This one doesn't feel like it would work with vocals. You know what I mean? Like I said, it was more Joe Satriani doing his thing, showing you what he could do, and he definitely pleased us guitar players. But yeah, it's not structured in a way that would make sense, like having vocals or whatever, even as like in a progressive sense, even if you weren't doing verse, chorus, whatever. No, this was more of a solo track, and he kind of killed it in that respect. And I love the background groove throughout, especially that bass. So it is getting the thumbs up for me for now. Perhaps when I re-listen to these tracks, perhaps they won't stick with me as much. But on my first time hearing them, I'm really enjoying them so far. So there you have it. There's the first two tracks. I will return. We're doing the whole album, guys. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure you like and subscribe if you like reactions like this. Hope you're enjoying this real science. And until next time, thanks for watching.